Test 1, 2. Hey folks, I'm live. It's Wednesday. We're playing around with Blender today. Hope you've all had a good week so far. My week is getting better. It's getting better. Start of the week wasn't so great. Had the sniffles, still kind of have the sniffles, so I do apologise for any tissue use during the stream. But hoping to get better by the end of the week. As I mentioned, there's no stream on Friday this week, hence why we're doing Blender today. So we'll switch straight over and have a look what's going on. Right, we have our trebuchet from last time. We're still trying to find all the parts of the model that are still being influenced by the movement. So we wanted to just have the centre bit moving, the rest of it to be static. So we did quite well. I think we're pretty much there. I'd ideally not have the middle bit be highlighted here. I wonder if there's a way we can kind of just get inside the model just here. Oops, some weird stuff going on there. Just want to remove this to not have a weight to it. If I can remove the weight from this bar, then that will stop it from looking like it twists. I'm not sure if I have to do it from inside here maybe, because that's where it's hottest. So let's try and get inside the centre here. So we want everything in the middle to move, but not the centre axle, I suppose. The only way I can actually get to recognise I'm clicking. Move over. So you've got the other side of the axle, but then that just leads to a bit of distortion really. We don't want the model distorting. Ah, there we go. Progress. We found a point we can colour. Nice. It's better. I think it's kind of in the centre really. Right in the centre we need it to recognise the colouring. Let's see if we can get a bit closer here. It's a bit awkward when the model has so much overlapping. Because, I don't know, does this bit need to... Because that's this bit here, which we want it to be fully weighted. That needs to have its weight up to max. Unless I kind of reduce the model down a bit so it that doesn't intersect so much because it's hidden. It's hidden by this outer bit. So I might, if we go to edit mode. Ooh. Next, we don't really need this piece to be intersecting because you can't see this piece. So can we go to node select? Or vertex select should I say, not node, vertex. Just all these pieces here. So I can understand why you'd want it to intersect. It just guarantees it looks correct. At the same time, it's caused a little bit of issue. I think I've got the whole of that now. So we kind of want to move the whole thing this way a bit. And down a bit. Move it outside of that so it's not actually in it anymore. Obviously when doing this intersect with the outer part, that is fine. To a certain degree we don't necessarily need to intersect if it connects, but I want to try and preserve as much of the original trajectory of the object as possible. Which I think if we look at the top here, got a slight gap, and down here, yeah, it's probably not dead center, but you're not necessarily going to notice it. We'll move it up at this all. Right, so let's move out of the object. Still looks good. No one's going to be none the wiser. That's the main thing. Let's move in, and if we change this now back to weight painting, that is now fully out. So see if we can get the weight paint across this middle bit now. There it is. Awesome. So we can get this axle to stay perfectly still and not be affected by the movement. Aha, if we'd done it, I might have done it, you know. Might have done it. Whoop. Zoom out. I'm not too unhappy about that bit. This bit across the top though, we need to sort that. Let's zoom in. There we go. Need to sort this bit out. So hopefully now that means that axle will not move in the slightest. I suppose if I'm being pedantic, this little bit in here should move. Let's put the weight right up. So we kind of polar. I wonder if there's a way you can actually polarize it so it's either 100% or 0%. Not kind of any in betweens. Make life a lot easier. You probably have to reshape the basket, I suppose you can call it. There's something weird going on here anyway. So we might have to remodel that. Because yeah, you've got some bizarre stuff going on here. It's possibly where it all hinges and stuff, it's a bit awkward. Guessing somewhere in here needs a bit of a influence. Okay, that's mostly red now. I wonder if there's like a macro or a bit of Python script I can run that will convert any number above a certain threshold to convert itself. Oh, we got it anyway. Awesome. Right, so that's what we want. Practically we want just red or just blue. That's the ideal. Now we've done that, then let's go back to object mode. And I want to go to pose mode, really. Greetings, Jeffrey. How are you? It's good to see you. Hope you're having a good week so far. Got the armature back. How are you? I'm not too bad. I'm feeling better. Still, I'm kind of on towards the end of my head cold. I have like a lot of like sinus kind of problems. So I've got like pressure above the eye and pressure underneath the eye, and I'm blowing out a lot of gunk. But I feel that's kind of the end of it. It's kind of, my body's just getting rid of all the bad stuff now. It's feeling much better on that. But it's not nice trying to shift all this stuff. But at least I'm not feeling bad. So, and you're good. Glad to hear. It's good to be good. I think we select that, and then we select that, and then we go pose mode. That's what we wanted. We wanted the pose mode. Not quite what I was after. That's one. That's what we wanted. Still some weird anomalies going on. Looking good. We're almost there. There's still some very weird bits going on. I'm probably going to have to do some Googling. Go, okay, how do I take the weight painting and change it so it's only one of two values. I wonder if I can write a bit of script for it. I reckon that'll do me nicely. What's going on here? Oh, it's the red one. It's mostly there, but you can see it's twisting. It's twisting a little bit still. The wood should not twist, but it should, in theory, just rotate around. So that's pretty much the default. That's a better way to grab it. Grab it by the square bit rather than the pointy bit. Yeah, so do a quick Google. Let's do a quick Google, because I want to know if there is a way. Blender weight paint want to kind of round it. We want to set to nearest I'm lurking. Hey, Lisa. Lurk away. Do what you need to do. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Set to nearest value. Any way to weight paint a specific value? How do you set weight paint in Blender? Vertex weight paint proximity modifier. This modifier does implicit clamping of weight values to standards. Ooh, all values below will be set. So all values above will be set to 1. Note you can change modifier. This sounds like the thing I need. So the vertex weight proximity modifier. See if we can add that. So modifier. So is the modifiers? Where's the modifier? I think if we go to back to object mode, select the object, go to weight painting, materials, textures, physics, particle modifiers. We want to add a vertex weight proximity. Add a procedural operation in effect to the active object so the vertex group weights based on distance to other target objects. Influence. So lowest proximity object, geometry. Is that how it's going to work? Pose. No, that hasn't quite done anything for me. Let's go back to weight painting. Geometry. Use distance between affected objects, vertices. Yeah, geometry then. That looked like the thing we needed, but didn't quite give us what we wanted. kind of want it to be a bit more, probably a bit more extreme. I need to be able to show the values a bit easier if I'm going to have to do it manually. Don't really want to have to do it manually. But like, dark blue and not quite so dark blue are very hard to see. Let's hide the armature again so we can actually see in here. Face selection, mask for painting. I wonder if it's actually inside this bit we need to paint. That looks a bit better. Let's have a quick look on this side. So it's this little bits you don't notice until you're looking at the right angle. Have I been missed? Always, kids. How's it going, dudes? Hope you're doing well. How have you been? Just working on some blends and stuff today. What's this bit here? This overthrow, if yes, I'm doing good. If no, I'm doing less good. Yeah, this is for overthrow. This is the trebuchet. We're trying to animate it, but to animate it, we need to tell Blender which parts of the thing move and which bits don't move. Blue means it doesn't move. Red means it does move. There we go. Well, that's like a nice dark blue. I assume there are going to be some upgrades for the rock reflow. At the very least, there's going to be different rocks and probably different effects of each different rock. So to the extent that some will be better than others. Loads of room for progression, I would say. Because it's going to get to a point where you just want to be able to hit bigger and bigger areas. And certainly as the levels go on, you want bigger and bigger castles. So you need bigger rocks and better rocks in order to take down bigger castles without spending an hour doing so. But yeah, there's going to have to be some kind of progression, otherwise it'd just be playing the same thing over and over. And there's no fun in that, really. Right. Well, if we start with a rock and now there's a, forgot the name, also you're going to need better rocks, hell yeah, cool rocks. Yeah, you're going to have some kind of progression that say, well, this rock no longer is enough. Like, I should really get rid of the rock off here because that's not the rock you're throwing. Although I could take the rock off that and make it a rock you throw, but I already have a rock. I just want the arm, basically. I might have to rebuild this section of trebuchet in a bit as well. Me, where my rock isn't enough. Yeah, maybe you have to kind of complete the level in a certain time or a certain manner in order to unlock it. Maybe like, I know there's some games which have like a star rating, like 1 star, 2 star, 3 stars on how well you do it. I would have to think of a metric. It can't just be time. Could it be time? Just literally how quick you complete it. And then you get probably rewarded for getting at least a 2 star. 1 star to complete it, 2 star to unlock something, 3 stars for something really good. Yeah, I have to think of a scoring system to kind of tell you how well. There has to be some kind of metric. Because people want to be better at games. They want to play the game and go, I have improved at playing this game. Let's re-show the armature. Let's go back to pose mode, see how good it is looking. It's getting there. There's still some wobbly bits going on though. Still the wobbly bits. We don't want the Trebuchet to malform when you fire it. That's not kind of what we're doing here. Although the player probably won't see it, I will know it's there, and I don't want to add a bug into the game when I know it's already at this point. I wonder, is that not allowing me to bend it? Because so ideally you'd want that to go up as far as, the very least, 90 degrees. Now, will that stop because there's not as much of the model to bend anymore? Because at one stage I could actually rotate it fully round, but now it's stopping and then only allow me to. So you're giving me about 180 degree rotation on that. So I wonder if it just can't bend as much. Which isn't a problem because I can give it new parts of the model to bend with. I just want to stop the bits that aren't supposed to be bending. So it only seems to go up one or down one. Do you want it to okay, it will, it's just I can't do it by grabbing it. Does deform, let's hide the armature again. It's not quite rotating on that spot, it's kind of rotating just. No, I don't think it's not even a case of rotating, it's shrinking, isn't it? Is it shrinking? Yeah, it looks like that model shrinks. That part of the model actually shrinks, which is not great. Remind Lisa to update the mods. Yes, thank you, Nix. How are you? Good to see you. Thank you for the hats. Lisa is lurking, but she must update the mods. If I do that and have a look at the model, that part, that shape in the model there shrinks. It shouldn't really be shrinking. Look, it shrinks all the way to that point. Why is it shrinking? And the angle of it as well distorts quite considerably. I can come back to that, I suppose. The main thing is that the axle in the middle there doesn't move, which is good. What we do want, however, is yeah, we ideally want the whole top of the trebuchet to move. I shall also be lurking. Okay, do your thing. We are a chilled stream here. We just like to do our own things. Don't have to chat. Could add a rope that gets cut so the stones fall down and the rock go fly and hit the wall. Yeah, I was thinking how the player kind of works with this. I'm thinking possibly maybe like a wheel that they wind. Not sort of that the character winds it, but the player just kind of pulls back and the character just kind of winds it up to hoist it up, and then either lets go or cuts, as you say, and then the weight of the stones here are supposed to pull that down, and then that goes over. I'd have to work out the physics to say, well, these stones here are heavy. Tell the game that these are heavy, and that pulls on here, which then pulls on that. That's going to be the complicated bit. That's why I've kind of left this towards the end. This is one of the last things I need to do before the game is sort of functioning as my original plan, before the extras. Because there's a lot of work on just the trebuchet. As you can see, just even trying to move, just swinging this, even without the fact it distorts and stuff. It's taken a while just to get to this point. Let's show the armature again. So what I'll probably need to do is have, because all this section here is still influenced by that part of the armature, but it's not rotating as I would expect it to rotate. It's distorting in the wrong kind of way, so probably I need another armature piece coming this direction, and then obviously one that comes down here, but have these two armature pieces static to each other, maybe, if that's such a thing, that this side is connected to that armature, this side is connected to this armature, and both armatures are connected together, and they, when one moves, the other one seesaws, kind of thing. And then obviously the armature connected to the bucket is only affecting that. So I wonder if I can do two pieces that are linked. Let's have a quick look on Google. I wonder if there's still something I can use with this vertex weight proximity modifier. Because it seems to be for objects, but maybe... Scalar weights, the vertex group. Oh, excuse me. Grouped to keep the relative weights, but the lowest and highest values follow the 0 to 1 range. Yeah, that sounds like it's what I want, but it's not doing what I want. Vertex weight proximity modifier. Test the weights of the given vertex group based in the distance between the object or its vertices and another target object. So that's the problem. It's based on other objects. It's the same object I want there. Give any thoughts on how the character would look like? So I'm thinking just possibly even just the bard character I have already in there, like the the basic out of the box character. It's not really about the character themselves. You just need the character because you can't, unless the player is a disembodied hand and just kind of floats around. So it's basically you as a player operating a trebuchet. So I could maybe not even have a character, but you'd have to have the player kind of magically influence the trebuchet and just kind of like click and drag with the mouse, or on the phone just tap and drag to kind of pull back on the trebuchet. Maybe I think use the bar, but just add him muscles, like his body stays the same but he just gets more arm muscles. Well, yeah, he just gets more and more muscly. Becomes a huge beef cake. Rigged character. No, don't want to do that. We'll come back to that. Hello guys, my name is Handy and today I overthrow a castle using a hand. Yeah, Handy the hand that overthrows castles. Yeah, so it's either that there isn't a character, but I like the idea of using the bard so the player interacts with the world via the bard. And it's kind of like when the player pulls back on the trebuchet, it's actually the bard setting it up and boom, fires it off. So there's like an in-game reference of what you're doing. You don't directly control the bard, but the bard is doing what you'd want to do with the trebuchet. Does that make sense? So you can't run around with the bard and stuff. It's just they're just your conduit for the trebuchet. Because otherwise I'll have to build a whole kind of bard control system, and I'd rather just work on the trebuchet control system and have the bard kind of part of that. Blender. Handy the Overthrower, they call him. But yeah, effectively the bard will be part of the trebuchet control system. I might do some animation where the bard walks up to it, but the player won't influence that. But it would mean I'd have to, well, either way I'm going to have to rig the bard so I can move its limbs. It might already be rigged. It might already be rigged out the box. What do you think? Blender. Lock to arms together. Rigging a pinnable arm mechanism. Universal joint rig locked track constant. Set up arm rigging. Lock hands to object. Combine various armatures. We want to lock to blender lock to armatures. Lock armature together, maybe. We could make us operate the bard by using the hand and make it like tabs level difficult to do that, so the controls are really hard but really rewarding once you figure out. They can do hard mode and just sort of, yeah, you have to operate the bard like a puppet. That would really add difficulty to the game. To lock a bone, it's the bones, of course. Lock a bone in place. You can check the. So it's lock bones together. Or lock bones together. That's what I want to do. Lock a bone in place. Parent bones. All bones can be locked. Clicking the lock checkbox to the transform panel. Push Shift W. Bones locked. Armature bone systems. Good idea. So the base game is a hand, but the hard mode is puppet. Yeah, we could give that a go. How do you group bones together in Blender? 3D views using the pose. Bone groups menu entities and all the bone groups pop-up menu. Control G. You can assigns the selected bone to active bone group. It's important to note that a bone can only belong to one group. I'm wondering an alternative is I lock the bones and have like a mini bone that it rocks on, maybe. So this Shift W. Well, we want another armature anyway, so let's go to armature mode. Let's go Object, Edit, and we want to. Let's go to Viewport. Bendy bones, segments. Bone groups, pose library, motion paths, viewport display, there we go, in front. I'm slowly learning bits in Blender. I'm going to go sleep, so good night. Okay, kids, hope you have a good rest. Thank you for dropping in. It's good to see you again. It's been a while. We have missed you. But yeah, hope you have a good rest. Enjoy the rest of your week. I won't be on Friday. But I'll see you next week. That's about where we need it, I think. Not quite there, is it? Does it already throw the rock? It was in phone call, so I'm back now. Is that all good? It doesn't actually throw the rock yet. No. And the rock is stuck to it. But with Unity's physics engine, I could have the rock sat on there, and as soon as the arm gets to a certain point, I could release the rock, and then physics takes over, and that becomes the point of the game. Then, he's back. Welcome back, Lisa. Stardew Valley mods. But yeah, that's all. I'm gonna do some testing with. Oh, love the rock rider remote. Do some testing and see how well I can get it to throw rocks, and likewise. But we're still trying to animate the. Still trying to animate it right now. Make sure it moves as expected. Yes. make sure this is centre as possible. Let's help a little bit. I will do tomorrow. Laptop battery is dead. No problem. So good. But I'll probably put a reminder in my phone agenda. Now that is smart. Yeah, that's a smart thing to do. Yeah, I don't get anything done unless I set myself reminders. It's like, I will remember to do that. There's no problem here. And they go, ah, there was something I was supposed to do. I can't remember it. Right, so I think that's what we want to do there. So we've got hinges in place. Let's go back to object mode. For me, it depends. Hey, cheese. Hey, Herc. How to send out a C and D letter to someone for brand infringement. Oh dear. Now hopefully you can get that sorted. How's it going, dude? It's good to see you. I sometimes just forget. Most time I remember. That's good. Yeah, I'm hopeless. I'll remember random things, but if it's important, I don't always remember it. Do you know Elite Dangerous? I do. Never played it though. Problem is they're really popular on Twitch. Ah, yeah. Being popular is no excuse though, but it makes your life harder, unfortunately. Something important I still remember most of the time. Doubt I'll win. Fingers crossed for you. Same problem is all people with popularity throw their weight around a bit. But if you hold the rights to it, then hopefully it's in your favour. Suddenly got in the mood for that again. Nice. Probably stream tomorrow. Cool. I'll try and whack your stream up. You'll start it up now. See how it was again. Awesome. Yeah, I saw you playing Dead Space. Yeah, Dead Space last Thursday. Looked a lot of fun. I haven't played Dead Space for ages. Yes. First time? Oh wow. Yeah, I played it on the Xbox 360, I think. Go grab some salad. I recently also broken up with my fiance and have issues with my appointee, people who manage my fans. Oh, sorry to hear that, cheese. On both accounts, that's not good at all. Yeah, sorry to hear that. Feeling rough today, yeah, understandably. Anybody would. Right, need to go back into a weight painting mode. So is it select and select? Yeah, it's not that, just selecting that. Weight paint, awesome. I can't remember how you select. Bones. Ah, okay. Well, there's some funky things going on there. Two bone groups. We've got that bone group with that bone group. Suppose we want that bone to be in that bone group. Really? Let's rename that. Can we rename that? That arm. Let's go back to object mode. Bendy bones. Still got quite a bit to try and learn with this stuff. So you've got that bone that has bones, so let's rename that as anchor. Anchor. I forgot to delete it, it's installing now. I forgot how to spell anchor. It's not, so that's a brand name. Anchor. We'll put that for now. Anchor. It's anchor. Always had trouble with the vowels, so that's the anchor. And that bone there. So these two bones here, we want to kind of lock together, really. So that's going to be Arm long, arm short, and that's going to be, I suppose it depends if there's hinges here. You don't really need hinges here because this whole thing just drops. So we'll call that one just called bucket. So we want the bucket to not inherit the rotation. So just to stay as it is. Connected to the local location. Assuming when the whole object is moved, yeah, it have to be in relation to the bone. Bone group. But in arm, no, okay. So I want both of those to be in a single bone group. Fair to find. So I need to make a bone group. Bones. There's the lighting, so forth. Okay, let's go to edit. Deform. Envelope distance, envelope weight, envelope multiply, radius, head, tail. So arm short. I want to be able to lock that. Where do we lock the rotation of that one? Is it in pose mode? Yeah, I think it's in pose mode. So we're going to lock these ones. So that only moves that way. But it's good that actually that rotation doesn't change. That's what we wanted. And those don't move, but this one does. So that's effectively what we want the bucket to do. We just want the bucket to go down. But what we do need to do is make this bone and that bone kind of work together. Doing a lot of work in the comic again finally. Did you see my last one in the shower? Really proud of the one. I saw you working on the drawing for it. I've not seen you. Have you put that out as a comic? A new one today. Art is improving compared to the first chapter. Awesome. I have to have a look. I shall have a look and I'll leave a comment. But yeah, the artwork on that. No new chapter. Cool. Just give Aussie's food by be right back. Okie dokie. Just panels. Chapter somewhere this week. Awesome. I was on Mixer since 2015 and he changed his name to Cheese in 2018. Damning evidence, right? Oh yeah. I did see someone called Cheese on. I thought, oh, I'm guessing that's why you ended up not being Cheese. Which is a bit annoying because you're always Cheese. Causes confusing, yeah. Yeah, if it becomes hard if you haven't got a huge weight behind you, because you can say, well, sort of, I have a lot of people that know me as Cheese, and go, well, you have more of a claim to it. It's like, I'm quite fortunate that there's only a couple of other instances where you search Hug Junkie and you'll find other people, but I'm the one that's used it the most across the internet, and I make sure I use it the most. Like everything, I grab a hold of the name straight away. Even if I don't use it, I just kind of take up online real estate for that name. But I'm not the first person to use Hug Junkie. I'm just the one that uses it the most. And you can sort of, there is kind of the ruling that if no one uses the name and you're not known for the name, then someone else can take it, and if they are also known as the name, then it becomes more right to them. I do the same names of people I don't like so they can't use it no more on sites. Yeah, some sites have a policy where if someone took Hug Junkie and went to a streaming platform and made an account that I wasn't signed up for, I could probably go to that streaming platform and go, hey, here's my Twitch, here's my YouTube, here's my X, here's my Instagram, everything's connected to it, that's my name, kind of thing. And they go, okay. If this person's not doing anything with it, we'll let you have it. But it's still a bit of work. And I know, I don't know what X is like now, but as Twitter, it's sort of, you can take a few months, but you can claim a handle on Twitter. Dog walk time, okie dokie. All those rotties, look at those. But yeah, at the very least, you slow people down. It was previously known as Cheese 05, so I don't know, okay. It probably thought he wasn't aware of any other cheeses. We'll just change the cheese. But cheese is such a straightforward name. Like it is a word. It is an object. Have a look at the panels in art when I'm back. I want opinion only when I'm there. Okie dokie. See you shortly. Yeah, it's hard. So obviously on Mixer, sort of, if you're quick enough, you can claim all kinds of single word names. It's brilliant. I think, who is it? There's someone else I watched that had to go for something a lot longer when they moved to Twitch because it's either already been taken or who was it? I want to say Jeff. Runaway Lobster? No, I think Runaway Lobster still managed to stay Runaway Lobster. They did change their name though. They changed their name to something else because they felt they didn't really feel connected to the name anymore. But then they go, actually, no, I am, and then we changed back again. So Lobster changed the name, and she changed back to Lobster to ours. Okay, don't know. I think it was Jeff. So there was a streamer on Mixer that went under JEFF. But I think he had to change his name to Just Jeff on Twitch. But yeah, there's a few people on Mixer that sort of had a very short, like single word kind of usernames, which in the wider world is hard to grab hold of. So it becomes awkward if someone's already had it before you move there. But yeah, I was just fortunate that I had a Twitch long before Mixer anyway. And I had a YouTube way before Twitch. Way before Twitch was a thing. So I've carried this name for a long time, so I've been very fortunate that I've just kind of taken as much online real estate as I could. But I'm hoping I never have to kind of deal with that. I've got a couple of projects. This is obviously one project. I don't really care too much about this project, but I do have another project in the works that I've not told anyone the name about, apart from those very close to me. But I've already claimed the names for those projects on everything before I even make it public, because you know what people are like these days. That's one thing I'm aware of. Like working in IT for a big business, that is everything. Every time they come up with a project, they go, let's start shouting about the project, like the management does. And the IT department's like, no, do not shout about the project until we've bought the .com, the .co.uk, secured the handles. And then they go, we don't like that name anymore. Can we change it to this? And go, well, we've already bought the domains. And okay, fine, yes, we'll go back through and register everything else now. So we've as a company, we own a lot of web domains that were previous names for projects that got renamed, but we still hold them for the moment. But yeah, always, if you're planning to do a project, check that project isn't that project name isn't already known elsewhere. If it's like a good name that's known, you're going to start confusion. So this cheese person clearly didn't consider there to be anything online, or just didn't check maybe. Just doing a Google search, if every name I've come up with, I've searched and I've found at least a couple of hits on a search engine. I'm like, I don't know if I want to use that name, because I would be competing in the search results. I want something that I'm near enough guaranteed to be the only search result for. And unfortunately, Hug Junkie gets me like 90% search results. Like even for things I didn't even aware of, like sites that scrape social media and stuff. Okay, why am I on that site? Oh, because they've scraped my Twitter or something, or scraped my YouTube or whatever. It's weird to see yourself in places that you would never have put yourself. But then that's the internet. The internet does things. Lock bones together. I want to lock bones in place. So it's Shift W. Shift W. Shift W. Shift W. Display wire deform multiply vertex group with envelope inherit rotation. No, none of those options help me. Next. The only alternative is I put a mini bone just before those two bones. That just sits there, and then that's the bone that rotates around. So it means those two bones are influenced by the mini bone, and it's the mini bone that moves. That's the only other thing I can think of. But I want to see if there's a way of locking two bones right now. All bones can be locked by clicking. I've locked the bone's rotation. It's not the. I want to lock the bones to each other. Like when one bone moves, the other bone moves. Because you can move it with the parent, but it's not the parent. I want it to sibling. Is it lock sibling bones? Will that work? Let's search for that. Is sibling bone a thing in Blender? Sibling bones. How do I lock sibling bones? Lock all bones in Blender's edit mode. You can click lock checkbox. I don't want to lock the bone. I want to lock it to its sibling. Rigging a pinnable arm. Is it even a thing? Is it a thing that you? Am I just overcomplicating it? Am I thinking too simplistically? Chain bones. How do you chain bones? Bones of chains linking tipped pairs to the root of the child. So I just have to. I'm thinking I'm just going to have to make a new parent and then rotate the parent. That's a lock bones position. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's just do that. Okay, so I need to probably remove that. No, do not want to do that. Do not want to do that. Let's go to object mode. So we kind of want to. Can I subdivide this one? Deform empty groups, bone relative. Set the parameters parenting for the path constant, that is vertex. Clear the parents. Move collection, mirror, snap to group, snap to cursor, snap selection to active, cursor selected, cursor grid. Duplicate link, rename active object. Pose library, bone groups. That's saying there's no bone groups. Because we do it by group. I'm not sure if we can move a group. Before I do something silly, let's go to Blender. Is that Blender? Rotate bone group. Can we rotate an entire group? Some ways to rotate bones and Blender. It's not. Thank you, AI. That's not quite what I wanted. How do I rotate multiple bones? I don't want them chained. I know how to chain bones. That's not the issue. Rotate a group in Blender. No, I can rotate objects. Yeah. Okay. We'll do what I was going to do. Do what I was going to do. So the cube. Go edit mode. Subdivide. That's what we want. Subdivide. And we want to move that all the way up. This has to be the tiniest of bones. Probably to the point where it becomes extremely awkward to work with, but hey dealer, how's it going? Hey-oh, hope you're having a good Wednesday. It's good to see you. Now we want to lock these to the parents. That's anchor 0. And long arm short. So what I want to do is, this could be hard to do now. I want to be able to just move that. Go back to edit mode and then to pose mode. There it is. That's what we wanted. We wanted to do that. Obviously moving the object at the same time, but I feel that's probably what I'm going to have to do. Do I have to weight paint it again? I don't want to have to weight paint it. Do I have to weight paint it? Okay, weight paint. Anchor with arm. Let's make another group and call that one basket. Go back to object mode. Bone group. So why can't I see the bone groups the bones are made? How odd. Set the active bone as the parent of the selected bones. No. Switch direction. Change direction. That's chain of bone points in the head's tail swap. No. No. There's nothing in that I want to do. Boolean, set Boolean values for collection of items. Yeah, that's not what I want either. Why can't I look at the bone groups? Let's go back to object mode. Cast cheese. I got bored and changed my name again. Not sure if Twitch knows that cast cheese was me. Oh, cheese cast. Oh, okay. Not sure if Twitch knows that cheese cast was me. Fair enough. So cast cheese sounds like a currently based spellcaster. I'd like to cast grated cheese. I realise there's a pun in there as well. Imagine what you'd spellcaster with a spell of cheese would be. You just have a block of cheddar fly at someone. Oh, do excuse me. Managed to stream for an hour and 40 minutes without having to blow my nose. So that's probably a record for today. Back, welcome back. You want me to look at the panel? Let's have a look. Last two panels are made. Let's have a look. Oh well, the detail on that's incredible. We really are getting good at this. Good stuff, Jeffrey. I like it. Yeah, the amount of detail on the abs and the tiles. Did you draw the tiles or Monkey is my standard Twitch emote, by the way. I found out you can All drawn nice. Yeah, the tiles almost look like a photograph, or like a painting or something. So instead of normal, you pick monkey. Oh, okay, that's cool. Awesome. So smile monkey. Ah, heart and cry. Somewhere in Twitch settings I saw last week. Awesome. So interestingly, Mix It Up bot uses the default for those emotes, but Restream Chat shows me the monkey emotes. So the two different bots I've got on two different screens. The Restream Chat bot shows me as the monkey, but then Mix It Up shows it as the original Twitch emotes. So it is sending the emote, but I think maybe Mix It Up is translating it into its own database. They go, well, smile equals default smile, heart equals purple heart. Whereas I think, yeah, the Restream chatbot is pulling it directly from Twitch. And the Restream chatbot actually does quite well at picking out emotes anyway. Like even on YouTube, it picks out the emotes, whereas Mix It Up doesn't pick out YouTube emotes. So it is a better bot, but it's purely for chat. You can't do anything else with it. It's just literally chat. But it is a Restream chat bot that does the timed advertising stuff. So it's useful for that. Not to say I don't think Mix It Up might be able to do that as well. Mix It Up doesn't see monkey. No, Mix It Up. For me, Mix It Up just has the defaults. Whether it'll update, maybe, I don't know. Maybe after some time, or whether Mix It Up reads it as a text input and translates it internally rather than pulling it from Twitch. But it means I could be missing out on people's alternative default emotes if I haven't got Restream open. Just started up. Awesome. Let's go and Mix It Up. Third update this week. Wonder what's going on. Yeah, I've not updated it this week. I keep ignoring it for now. Probably just as well. I think they keep updating it. Oh, you see monkeys and you mix it up. Maybe that's what it was then. Maybe the updates allow you to see the monkeys, but because I haven't updated it, I can't see the monkey. But yeah, I've not updated Mix It Up for 2 weeks, at least. I just keep skipping it because it's like, if it breaks, I'm going to have to redo stuff. I don't really want to do this. Monkey. Yeah. So, okay, I'll update Mix It Up later in the week. There's a monkey on your screen. Yeah, like that down there is Mix It Up, not Mix It Up, Restream. So the chat on the screen is Restream. So that's just a web version of Restream. Whereas I've got the Restream bot running. But then Mix It Up is just its own thing. I know Mix It Up can do an on-screen chat. I just don't use the Mix It Up on-screen chat. Because Restream does all the little Twitch icons and YouTube icons and stuff. So it's useful to go, oh, it's Koteka Komori on Twitch, or it's Kits on YouTube. Or it's just Restream posting my advertised post. There's also on-screen chat in OBS itself. Ah, never used that. Rarely use it, only in one scene. Ah, that's cool. Yeah, it's probably more resource effective using the built-in one. But when you have extra fancy bits and stuff you want to load. Bone groups, there we go. No, why is there no bone groups? Only you mix it up for things like the towel. So the delay's not working. Mix it up supposed to only read it once. Two is fine with me. You get double the turtle for the same price. Yeah, all the turtles. Many, many turtles. Only one turtle. Things are what they are, indeed. Aussie. I made Lisa use my emote, but of a colour. Oh, cool. I like his green one. See, that comes up on Mix It Up straight away. So you can do this art, you do some drawing. Ah. Red and greens. Now I select a single bone. Hey, you can make a Christmas tree. Or a upside down kite. What am I missing here? Try the tree, didn't come out as I wanted. Kind of looks like a tree. Fail. Interesting to see it's not bouncing the emotes around the screen. I wonder why that is. Nice. Upside down cross. Down, fail again. I did extra. Let's go. Yeah, I guess let's look at bone grouping, I think. All the eyes. I wonder why that's not popping up. It is the bot overlays. Well, here's some eyes. I'll call it a day with the emote drawing. Yeah. Bot overlays. Pixel emote. Refresh that. Ain't working for me today. Oh, try again next day. Oh, we've got some beers. Still not coming up. I refreshed the overlay. It's still not. Oh, beers and coffees. I love the coffee cup. That's cool. Or tea. Yeah, could be demonic tea. Realistically, this could be coffee though. Yeah, used to have that one with the turtle. I gave my sub to Lisa. You betrayed me and chose Lisa's side. Yeah, it'll run out soon. Then I'll have to decide which one. Sub to both? Yeah, I suppose as you would. Bone group. Let's try this again. I've made so many bone groups, but none of them are coming up, so arm. Cool. Arm. You subbed yourself T3 for free anyway. You still get the badges, by the way, and Twitch asks you if you want to celebrate your sub anniversary to yourself. Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. Right, so they're all in the same bone group now. Bald man. Lave. Lave? Lave? First one. Levee. Yes, I can see the text of the emotes as well as the emote, which is useful because I can run commands based on the emote text. Anton Zandor Levee, writer of the Satanic Bible and the founder of the Church of Satan, a personal hero. Lot to be said for the Satanic Bible. Never read it myself, I just heard good things. Not that it matters too much, but that's slightly off centre, it's bothering me. Vertex groups. Vertex groups. How do we determine what's in a vertex group? We need to go back to the model, I think. Need to work out how to I want to be able to select the different parts of the armature. We have the groups. Reserve volume, that's a good thing to have. See, it's lost all the weight painting now. Do want to lock those though, so I can just move that, but not anything else. I want that to be completely locked. Weird stuff going on there. And there is something for yeah, changing the rotation axis. Let's lock those anyway. Let's make a save here. So we've made progress, even if we've gone backwards in some ways. We've definitely made progress. Just need to work out the weight painting again, which was painful in itself. And then get to animating it, I suppose. But I'm probably going to call the stream a bit earlier today because still not feeling 100%. Need to sort out this sinus thing. Get rid of that. And I'll do some research in weight painting and have this ready for next week. But there won't be any stream on Friday because I'll be going out. So next stream will be on Monday. Do some more Stardew Valley. Let's switch the camera for a moment. Yeah, next stream on Monday, Stardew Valley. with Colt Hikikomori, or Colt Hikikomori, Lesaurus Rex, and Nexus Crafts. We'll carry on with this probably next Wednesday. But I'll just try and do some research, because I'm feeling I'm just stabbing at things at the moment and not actually making progress. But I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. Hope you have a good Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Things do go according to plan, yes. They do indeed. Thanks for the stream, thank you for being here, dealer. Always appreciate you. See you when I see you, yes indeed. Thank you all for being here. Always makes me smile to see faces either in the chat or in the lurking list on the side. Appreciate you all for being here. Lisa also says is doing dishes. I can't talk. Okie dokie. Thank you for lurking, Lisa, as well. Thanks for the stream. Awesome. Thank you very much. Enjoy your week. I shall see you on Monday. Hope you all have a good night.